What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about where to start with modifying your 350Z. You may be a little bit younger, just got it, and you want to find cheap mods to do first. You may be around my age and be ready to kind of start doing more progressive mods, but I'm going to go over what I think you should do first, where you should start with modifying your car to get it to the place you want. So number one, I would try to get your car as close to its stock form as you can, just to have a very clean start, i.e. if it has a really ugly body kit on there, get rid of that. If it has wheels you don't like, maybe get stock wheels or start looking for wheels that you are more interested in. So I would start with trying to get it to a good base platform. And the next thing you have to do is really decide what you want to do with the car. If you want to drift it, then there's obviously different roads you should follow than if you want to do tracking with it or whatever, if you want to do autocross. So if you do want to go the drifting path, it's really easy with the 350Z, and it's a well-walked path at this point. Big things you're going to need to do is welding your differential, which would already help if you had an LSD. Sometimes those are unpredictable, but you could sell your LSD, get an open diff, and weld it. Getting a car that's manual off the bat, that's just going to help you. If you do get an automatic, there are ways to swap it over, but it's probably going to cost you a bit of money, a bit of time, a bit of effort. You're going to have to probably swap the ECU. It's not as easy as just pressing a button like it is in a video game, so don't expect that. Getting a handbrake with a dual caliper setup in the rear, I think that's a really good move to do. The handbrakes in our cars, I believe, are kind of like a drum brake inside of the disc brakes. And they do their job, but not perfectly, and they heat up over time. You could also do a handbrake to your single caliper setup, but then it's going to inhibit your left foot braking, or just braking in general, which could be very dangerous for you. Another huge thing, regardless if you're going into drifting or autocross, definitely you want to get an oil cooler and an oil catch can. Those are like the biggest things to reduce the burning oil problem that 350Zs are claimed to have. For me, I really don't drive my car hard. I'm very gentle on my car. I love this car and I want it to last as long as I possibly can. So I'm pretty gentle with my cars and I don't have oil consumption issues. But if you're drifting, you're going to be in second gear basically at red line for like 5 or 6 minutes, and that's going to heat up your oil pretty good. The next thing after you get all that stuff dialed would probably be suspension. You're going to want to look for some lowering kit. I'm imagining, I don't think anyone's really raising a 350Z out here. I mean, it's dope. I've seen it done. It's not really my thing. I cannot say this enough. I've recommended them in several videos. Raceland coilovers. Everyone sleeps on these things. Dude, alright, here, let me turn the camera around. But Kellen, Raceland suck. The spring rates are garbage. Really, bro? Really, bro? I'm tucking right now on stock Raceland coilovers. I'm tucking 18s on stock Raceland coilovers, and I barely scrape. These are some of the best coilovers I've ever used. The guys over at Raceland are all super, like, down to earth. The whole ideology behind their company is made by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. They're affordable, they have really good spring rates from the factory. I do have the Ultimo series on here, and I would suggest spending the extra couple bucks for the 350Z on the Ultimo series. You get upgraded shocks and upgraded springs. So all in all, it's great. If you guys want, go over right now and use my code LOSO. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe one day, that'd be cool. So yeah, coilovers of some sort. I would suggest skipping buying springs. People usually buy like a lowering spring kit first and then realize, oh wait, now I can't go any lower or any higher. I'm just kind of stuck at this height and it stinks. So I would suggest saving the pennies and buying nice coilovers first. If you're looking for something actually nicer, maybe get BC Extreme Lows or, you know, Godspeed or Megan Racing or something like that. But for the price, you cannot beat Racelands, and I will stand by that forever. The nicest thing about Racelands too is they are a true rear setup opposed to something like Teen Street Basis where it's a spring in the bucket setup. Getting true rear is just way more understandable. You can understand how they go up and down. I still don't understand the spring in the bucket idea. Poor Fitz has that on his E90 and I don't understand it at all. So the next thing after you get your suspension dialed, you'll probably want to pick up a set of wheels. Generally, for 350Zs, stick to 18s or 19s. 17s are a bit on the small side. I personally feel like 19s are a bit on the big side, but a lot of people do make them work, and you can make them work. They can look really good. It just takes time. It takes, you know, a little bit of dialing in your fitment. If you're drifting, I'm sure you're eventually going to want some steering angle mods, but I don't really know a whole ton about that. If you're like me and you really only care about stancing the car, then who cares? You know, just get wheels that you think look sick. I have replica wheels. I had replica wheels for a long time and I loved them. So just do what you want, make it look nice. But if you are going down a more track path or a drift path, I would definitely suggest saving your money from wheels and buying parts that are actually going to give you a change in driving experience for a while and save wheels for a later time. Some fun ones that you can do that'll really change the way the car drives for you is getting a steering wheel. They're not that expensive. I have a Grip Royal, but I got lucky on it. You could always just go with an eBay wheel, but still changing it to a little bit of a slimmer, more racing style steering wheel is cool. Getting a weighted shift knob is fun. Maybe a Monzo short shifter kit. That'll change the way it feels when you're driving a little bit. Upgrading the radio, upgrading the speakers. Just making the car more fun, more enjoyable to be in, more enjoyable to drive. I think personally having a full interior is so sick. I'm not about gutting out your interiors for any reason. I know they have a little bit of weight, but in the grand scheme of things, that weight is not that important, and I think it looks so much more baller if you have a full interior and like nice thrash racing seats. That just looks way cooler to me personally, but again, it is my personal taste. If you want to strip out the entire interior of a 350Z, you might end up regretting it like my friend Tom and having to go to a junkyard to find the parts again. But you might just like sitting in a metal box. I don't know. That's not me personally. In synopsis, if you're drifting it, weld the diff, e-brake, steering angle mods, oil cooler, oil catch can. If you're tracking it, I don't know much about that. I'm not going to give my advice, so I'm not going to say anything about it. I'd suggest getting a whole rear arm package though. If you do get the coilovers, if you're still on that suspension train, then definitely just spend the extra couple bucks and get Godspeed rear arms or SPL or Voodoo 13 and be able to correct your toe and camber correctly with an eccentric lockout kit. If you do end up buying Raceland coilovers, I'd also suggest getting GK Tech 10mm axle spacers or whatever size they really have available. Any little bit that moves your axle towards the differential is going to help you not blow boots in the long run. Like I said in my last video, I mainly blew my boots from just not having axle spacers in there when I had natural 3 degrees of camber, and if I could go back and put in an axle spacer back then I probably wouldn't have a blown boot right now. So, hindsight. If I missed something, if I'm not touching on points that you guys agree with, let me know down below, and I will try to get back to everyone's DMs as soon as possible and reply to all the comments. I still reply to comments on videos like a year old, so it's worth a shot. Send me a message on Instagram. We can talk. I can answer questions if you have them, or you can criticize me, whatever you want. And I'll probably see you guys in the next one. I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. But that's really it for the 350Z. Where to start modding it, I think that's a good basis of where to start. I noticed I did not mention stickers or plasti dip in this video because that is... No, that is not where you start modifying your 350Z. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for letting me make videos and have fun with them. If you want to see anything, any specific kind of video, just let me know down below. I'm open to suggestions. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!
Thank you.